Among the legends of automotive history, the Toyota Supra Mk4 stands alone not just for its raw performance, but for the culture it created. It's the car that broke free from Toyota's image of practicality and became a global icon. This wasn't just any car. This was the A80 Supra, born from Toyota's determination in 1993 to build something that could outperform, outlast, and outshine everything else on the road. It wasn't just another model, it was a declaration of what Japanese engineering could truly achieve. The machine that rolled out of Toyota's factories was more than a car, it was a phenomenon. So far ahead of its time that it became an instant obsession, the Supra dominated drag strips, drift circuits, and video games alike. From the neon-lit streets of Tokyo to Hollywood's silver screens, it captured the imagination of an entire generation and carved its name deep into the heart of every true petrolhead. This is the story of the most loved car in history, the Toyota Supra Mk4. It all began in the early 1990s when Toyota, known for its bulletproof reliability rather than emotional appeal, decided to create something extraordinary. The goal was simple but ambitious: to build a sports car that could stand toe-to-toe with Europe's best while carrying Toyota's engineering precision. The project was led by chief engineer Isao Suzuki, the same mind behind the MR2 and Celica. Under his direction, the team pushed limits, testing prototypes on Japan's Fuji Speedway and even the unforgiving Nürburgring in Germany. They called it the A80 project, a car that would redefine what made in Japan meant to the performance world. When it finally launched in 1993, the world took notice. Beneath its sleek, sculpted body lay a piece of engineering perfection: the legendary 3.0-liter inline 6.2 JZ engine. On paper, it made 276 horsepower, limited by Japan's gentleman's agreement. But everyone knew the truth. It easily pushed over 320 horsepower, and with a few modifications, it could reach 800 or even 1,000 horsepower without breaking a sweat. The 2JZ wasn't just an engine, it was a masterpiece, a cast-iron block so strong that tuners still worship it today. The Supra's twin-turbo setup was pure genius: one small turbo for instant low-end response, and another for explosive top-end power. It delivered torque like a hammer from as low as 1,800 RPM, and once both turbos were spinning, it felt unstoppable. A 6-speed Getrag gearbox transferred that fury to the rear wheels with precision, giving drivers the control and engagement only true enthusiasts understand. Toyota didn't stop there. The Supra's chassis and suspension were equally advanced. Engineers used aluminum for the hood, front crossmember, and suspension arms to keep weight down, bringing it to around 1,500 kilograms, lighter than before yet more rigid than ever. The result was near-perfect balance: 51% front and 49% rear weight distribution. At 156 miles per hour, the car felt as calm and planted as if it were cruising at 70. Even its design turned heads. Gone were the sharp edges of the 80s. The Mk4 embraced smooth, muscular curves that gave it a timeless, almost organic look. The pop-up headlights were replaced with sleek, fixed lenses, and an active rear spoiler adjusted itself for better stability at high speeds. It looked futuristic in 1993, and even today it still does. Inside, everything was angled toward the driver: the dashboard, the controls, even the radio. It was like sitting in a cockpit built solely for performance. The speedometer proudly read 300 kilometers per hour, and every dial, switch, and button had a purpose. Toyota called it human-machine unity, but drivers called it perfection. When it hit showrooms, critics couldn't believe what they were driving. In the USA, Car and Driver described it as brilliant to drive, yet refined and comfortable. In Australia, journalists said it deserved to be compared with an Aston Martin, and in Japan it became an instant hero, a symbol of precision and power. But the real story of the Supra began after it left the factory. Enthusiasts soon discovered the 2JZ hidden potential. This engine could take an insane amount of boost without giving up. With upgraded turbos, fuel systems, and ECU, some even broke the 2,000 horsepower barrier, dominating events across the world. Then came the cultural explosion. In 2001, the bright orange Supra from The Fast and the Furious hit the screen, driven by Paul Walker's character, Brian O'Connor. That moment changed everything. The Mk4 Supra went from being a Japanese sports car to a global legend. Every kid who saw that movie wanted one. It became a symbol of passion, speed, and rebellion, the hero car that could smoke anything on the road. Soon, the Supra was everywhere, in Need for Speed, Gran Turismo, Forza, and countless anime series. It became the face of JDM culture, the dream of every tuner, the centerpiece of every car meet. And it wasn't just looks or fame, it earned respect. The Supra became known for its unbreakable engine, predictable handling, and limitless upgrade potential. On the racetrack, it proved its pedigree. The Castrol Tom's Supra dominated Japan's GT 500 championship, winning multiple titles and becoming a motorsport icon in its own right. Its roaring 3.0-liter turbo straight six became a sound that every racing fan could recognize instantly. The Supra wasn't just about looks, it had trophies to prove its worth. Even stories outside the racetrack added to its legend, like Smokey Nagata, the Japanese tuner who famously blasted his gold Supra past 300 kilometers per hour on a British motorway, earning a lifetime driving ban in the UK. That video became folklore among car fans, symbolizing the Supra's wild, untamable spirit. When Toyota discontinued the Supra in 2002, enthusiasts around the world felt the loss. But legends never die, they only grow. Over the years, the Mk4 became one of the most sought-after cars on the planet. Stock, unmodified Supras now sell for over 80,000 euros, and rare manual twin-turbo models fetch well into six figures. It's more than just a car now. It's art, it's history, it's emotion on four wheels, a symbol of what happens when passion and engineering align perfectly. In 2019, Toyota revived the Supra name after 19 long years. But even with modern tech, many still say nothing compares to the soul of the Mk4, the one that started it all. The Supra Mk4 wasn't just built, it was born. Born from ambition, from obsession, from a time when engineers built legends, not products. From Tokyo's midnight highways to Hollywood screens, from garages to global stages, this is the story of a car that became a symbol. This is the Toyota Supra Mk4, the car that refused to die, and the legend that still defines what it means to fall in love with driving. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.